Valley girl.
No, I had it turned off for a reason. Nah, I had it turned off on purpose. I didn't expect to do a whole lot of talking. Plus, I don't know if using Streamlabs again. I don't know if my noise correction thing is like carried over from OBS or not. See what I'm doing now. My output was like garbage. It looks better on the OBS. It looks better on like OBS, but it looks like garbage on through YouTube. I'm not so sure about this silver if I'm overloading it or not. This brush is pissing me off too. Maybe I should stop licking them. But usually it's the clean brushes. I just like to try to put a point on them. I guess it's like a habit. It's kind of like putting chewing on an ink pen, I guess. Kind of habit. Magnifying glass out for this one. Then I can see all the little freaking fuzz stuck to it. That pisses me off. I'm not sure if I like this brush either. This part. It's like I need like a blunted brush. Should have blunted into it, but I don't think I have anything like that. Everything I got is kind of like detailed brushes. I mean, this one's blunted, but I'm trying to get at really deep crevices, or at least right around the edge of it. I can make it work. It's just having control is a little bit of an issue. Let's try it out anyways. Much better. It's always the problem when you overload like some of these brushes. You gotta work all the extra paint into a different spot. It looks like fucking garbage in a magnifying glass. I need to keep this one from curling up on me. It wouldn't be so bad. I think there's a issue I have with this silver. Is that it's doing this little weird number. And I'm painting these things all fucking wrong. I don't think it's gonna work either. It's been so long this thing's dried up too. Seems like it.
Everybody's getting down in this town. Ain't never gonna be the same. 'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise 'cause the girls, they are so pretty. Riding up and down Broadway on my old stud Leroy. And the girls say, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Well, I don't give a dang about nothing. I'm singing and bling blinging while the girls are drinking. Long necks down, and I wouldn't trade old Leroy
Okay. I guess I need to get new paint pens.
I'm the only John Wayne left in this town. And I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise 'cause the girls, they are so pretty. Riding up and down Broadway on my old stud Leroy. And the girls say, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Now, some people would say this is cheating, and it definitely could be seen as cheating, but it's a tool that you can actually use to do a lot of this fine edge work. Just doing some edging over here. If you know how to work a pen, that is. It's stiff enough, and it's a constant feed, and weirdly enough, when it comes to paint pens, that seems to be like a big thing that's coming along. But as far as like miniatures are concerned, I can go back to clean up some stuff. But reloadable paint pens are starting to make their way into models. Army Painter has a bunch of them out right now. I have not tested any of them, but if I keep doing this sort of thing, I guess I'm going to have to. It kind of overloads at some points, like right here. You can really like see where it's like really, well, maybe if it focused enough, you gotta see it. Right around like on the shin guard, you can really see where it like overloaded a little too much right around there. I've never heard that one before.
I believe in the Zodiac.
Yeah, I've been.
That's better. Maybe I shouldn't leave this thing on Mystery Shuffle. Another problem with doing these edging techniques and everything is sometimes when it hits the right light, it's hard to see where you're supposed to be going. Because I primed this thing in Lead Belcher, which is a dark silver paint. So it gets kind of tedious. But not tedious, it's, well, this whole like vapor knows what I'm talking about. This whole paint scheme I got going on here is some bullshit. There's you wouldn't know it, but there's like 3 different kinds of paint on this thing. Not just like where you see it differentiating like colors, but these 2 blues are not the same color. Like, right, these 2 blues are not the same color. Like if it focuses in, you can tell now that you look a little closer. If I get this thing to focus, yeah. 1 billion copyright claims. If it gets taken down, it's taken down. I go on the flying frog. Do I look like someone who gives a damn what corporations think? Yeah, I get this thing like not being focused properly. I don't know what the fuck's up with it. Now, if I just had it like where it just get a little closer, it might be a little better off. I might have to change where I have it positioned. blue is not real. Blue is very much real. It's just this isn't blue. It's turquoise and other forms of teal and shit of that nature. Turquoise, teal, seafoam green, and many other fun colors that look similar. And then here's the problem using like paint pens, especially if you've already based the model. Getting in like right here, that's gonna be almost impossible. But I already know for a fact these things if they look like shit, they're gonna look like shit. That's all there is to it. I learned a lesson back in the day trying to use Gundam markers to paint a kit. Markers are a scam. Well, yes and no, because they're not markers per se. They're like brush tipped markers, and most of them, when they load them up, you're not loading them with like normal paints. You're loading them with like contrast paints and whatnot. So you're gonna end up it's gonna be a messy scenario no matter which way you look at it. It's all about like getting that wider audience, I guess, and trying to have a lower bar of entry for like getting into it. But truth be told, it doesn't fucking matter. No one's actually good, quote, good at this. So yeah, there's a few people that do like well, but unless you're getting paid to do it consistently, it's hard to say. It's hard to say like how consistent you can say good is. I was using Gundam markers that didn't have a brush tip. Yeah, that would definitely do it. These don't have a brush tip. This right here is a brush tip. It's a solid tip. I think it hurt when I like jammed my finger into it trying to get the paint come out. But it's stiff enough that it really gets these raised surfaces really good. So for everything else, I can freehand with a brush. But just for this like detail and whatnot, I need something that's gonna be like to load it up that I can actually see it on this thing. Which I guess I'm gonna go ahead and destroy later. I don't know exactly how I'm doing this paint scheme. But once these Terminators are done, they're done. I ain't gotta touch them again. Now, I really like how this one's coming along compared to how the other one I had was doing, but none of them are gonna be like what I would consider to be good, so it doesn't matter. I guess I see the appeal in reloadable markers. Never thought of doing it with a contrast paint. Well, that's the only like they'd either have to do it with the contrast paint, or they would have to do it with the airbrush paint, because it has to be thin enough to flow, or they're gonna have to have them in inks. But they're made to be slightly. I think they're made to be reloadable. So, yeah. I honestly don't know if my voice is coming through enough with the music or not. Apparently, if you guys actually hear me talking. Like, it took me a minute to get this set up to do it through Streamlabs, but it seems to be maintaining pretty good. I mean, the little problem is I have like normal latency on. It says my bitrate's higher than recommended. Well, that's not a bad thing to have. It's not a bad problem. Sounds doubled. Your mic was fine before, but now it sounds doubled. Does it sound like I'm like coming through twice, or does it sound like doubly loud? Doubly loud. Sound like a tin can. Well, probably because I'm not talking directly into it. That's probably why. Because, yeah, the sound is layering your voice over twice. Oh, I think I know what's going on with that. Video capture device. That would probably do it. Yeah. How about now? Okay, perfect. Yeah, that was happening. Because the camera has a mic, and I have a mic over here, so it's kind of like but the mic's like right beside me, so it'll sound like a little bit different. I'm not speaking directly into it, so I'm not entirely sure. I'm probably turning music down just a tad bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't think I'm gonna get. I'm having a hard time getting into these crevices, little freaking nooks and crannies. I didn't do anything. I just like using that little light for bullshit. Yeah, the worst part is right now, can't really I can't get the marker or a paintbrush into this little spot right between where the loincloth is and right in there. I can't fucking get it. Can't irritate the pee out of me. Very. It's gonna look like absolute fucking garbage. Absolute fucking garbage. You got a white cat, forget about it. This fucking hair is gonna be all over this bitch. Oh, it's not muted. Ugh. No, originally, I had plans of streaming some fucking D drama. Now it had nothing to do with anything like necessarily a bigger company had done, but it has something to do with like a YouTuber drama, but for like D&D content creators. I don't know. I've listened to a little bit of it, and I just kind of feel like I don't want to talk about it right just yet. I don't want to burden myself with it. Now, could I have it playing right now and just have it in the background? It's like, yeah, but I don't want to paint and listen to some freaking funny little bastard like open seed over some bullshit. I mean, it's what everybody else does. If it works for them, fine, but right now I'm not feeling it. The music video for this fucking song is a trip. I don't know what the correlation between it is. Do you ever like wonder that? Like, do you ever like remember like music video for like a song that's like really good, and then you're like, you ever think to yourself that obviously, or you think that there's no way that the artist itself like came up with that premise for his video. And it's just some guy somewhere said, nah, this would be great. Trust me. Remember when Peter said the N-word? Hey, Lois. New neighbors just moved in down the street. Give them a Quahog welcome. They're really welcoming. One time I was watching Michael Jackson Walker and wondered what the fuck was Speed Demon on. Was Speed. Unfortunately, I don't know. I listened to some Michael Jackson, but I don't know like. Is it bad that I refer to it as lore points, not just like, music history? Think about that for a minute. Like, it's someone's life that had an impact on like an entire industry, whose death was felt like probably all things. But if you call it a lore, is it like establishing some sort of mythos of history? But would it be considered Oh, they call it lore, or would it be a high praise? That's a thought. Ah. Well, motorcycle part made sense, but there was 6 minutes of setup, and MJ was being chased around by California Raisin characters. Ooh. Me. Me. Now, that's a guy you don't ever hear anything about anymore. He was really popular, then he went away forever. Andrew WK, really, really big guy, then and he's gone. Or at least no, at least I haven't gone looking for him, so I don't know if he's still around or not. Yeah, the bro from Destroy Build Destroy. He made the Gundam tribute cover album. And then disappeared. Okay. And there are like some parts that look like really good, and then there's like other parts that look just like really freaking bad. Like that chest looks really good if I can ever get the focus. But then there's like other parts that just absolutely suck. I almost feel like I really should have just painted the whole thing like turquoise or like teal, so I can just see the silver pop a little bit more. But I don't know. Mag are can't read, at least not well. I'm kind of wondering if these. Oh, that's why everything looks so different. I'm wearing blue light glasses, so the different tint that I'm seeing compared to how I was wondering, like, why does the stream look so like yellow? Like, well, I'm wearing blue light glasses, so it's kind of funny. Everything's a different color. Colorblind simulator. The song got murdered by someone using auto tune. When the chorus has better lyrics than the actual main body of the song. Or is this song just 100% chorus? Yeah, the song is like just 2 choruses. Okay. What if we turn... What if we all turned to girls with dicks? Who is getting the best head? Well, nobody. Nobody is, Vapor. Nobody is. Nobody. I think I'm gonna call this one for right now. It's been going about maybe an hour, give or take. But maybe next time when I actually do this, I'll be able to do it a little bit longer. Good night.